Hello and welcome to my video. I know it's been a while since I've recorded one, it's been like almost a year, but here we are, recording a new one. So today we're going to be looking at the KV-122, a Soviet heavy tank at battle rating 5.3. Now this tank is rather interesting, as it has the same gun as an IS-2, but has a lower battle rating. May only be a slightly low battle rating, however, with a gun that's already as good as the IS-2's gun, it does make quite a large impact. The gun has 205mm of pen at 10 meters, and basically one-shots most things that it hits due to the extremely large size of the shell. Despite all these great things about the gun, it does have absolutely no gun depression, with a gun depression of -3. Now, if you've played in a Soviet tank before, you'll be quite used to this low gun depression. However, this gun depression is less than a T-34, which are notorious for having no gun depression. A T-34 has -5, and this one has -3, which is of course not that big of a difference, but when you're talking about such small numbers anyway, it does make quite the difference. The gun also has a very long reload time, which results in you being in quite a dangerous position for a long period of time after firing at someone. Now, the armor is very mixed. The hull is an old KV hull. The turret is the new IS turret, meaning the turret is a lot more strong than the hull, with the turret having 100mm of armor all the way around, and quite nice angles around the front of the vehicle. However, the hull, having at most 75mm of armor, being flat armor, is a lot less survivable. Now, this does mean that if you hold down in it, it's not that bad. If you're only exposing the turret at long ranges, you're very, very hard to kill, especially at this battle rating of 5.3. So, let's see what it's like in a battle. So this first one I'm going to show you is an example of a battle in which I go hold down for the entire game. So first I pull up at the back of the map and hide behind this destroyed Tiger. I use this spot to keep my hull covered and only exposing a bit of my turret. This gun is effective at long ranges due to it being such a large gun with a long barrel. Now, the first shot I take, I hit a Panther and set him on fire. This kind of shows how inconsistent guns can be in this game. It should have killed him in one shot, but instead just set him on fire, and it's just, you expect to kill him, you don't. Anyway, here's a Tiger. This Tiger fired at me, he missed, and now he's pulling back out, and I get an opportunity to shoot him in a second. I'm currently looking for someone else and haven't spotted the Tiger, but this gives his position away a little bit when he hits my track and breaks it. You can see me adjust my gun slightly to the left, looking around for him, and when I spot him, he gets destroyed in one shot. So, as you can tell, this position here is very nice. Half of them to hit me. He managed to hit my track in that shot, but nothing else. There's another Tiger further away. I hit him, however, it doesn't kill him in one shot. Again, this shows kind of an inconsistency of this gun. In theory, it should kill everyone in one shot, but it doesn't. This shot actually just went through the bottom of him, setting him on fire, knocking out a couple of his crew. You can see him returning fire there. He fires way too low. I'm assuming he just panicked and taking the shot too quick. And then I take a second shot, knocking him out. Then we spot a Nashorn, and we shoot him slightly over the top of his cover, knocking him out in one. I think I hit his ammo in this one. Of course, it triggers the ammo loaded pretty easily when you're firing at it with such a large gun. In the same position, we shoot a Panther. He dies as well, very easily. I then start firing at a Hetzer. Now, I missed that first shot, as you can see. However, I readjust my aim slightly left, because that's where he was relative to my shot. I can't see him right now, but I'm just going to make the assumption that he isn't going to move. And I fire another shot, and it hits and kills him instantly. He had the opportunity to run away, there was a smoke screen up, and I was taking a long time to reload, but he just sat there, giving me the opportunity to guess where he was, and I was right. A very easy kill. I then decide, for some reason, to just charge the enemy. Now, as I was saying earlier, the turret armor's pretty good, but the whole armor's not. Not only that, the reload time's long, you shouldn't really push people, and as soon as I pull out, I start getting shot at. And, as you can see, I'm not doing so well now I'm out of cover. It is strongly advisable that you do not leave cover in this vehicle. As you can see, rounds go straight through the front of me and get me killed very easily. Now, as you've seen, it's fairly good from cover. The gun can be a bit inconsistent, but that's kind of true of all guns in this game. War Thunder does have some issues with guns which are less effective than they should be. I want to show you another battle. But in this battle, we're not going to take cover. We're going to push and push until we die. Now, admittedly, this battle I got a bit lucky. This is not advisable to do it like this, usually, but here we go. So, first thing I spot is a Panzer IV-G, I knock him out before he can fire. Now I don't skip forward here so you can see how long the reload is and how dangerous it is. For this entire time I'm reloading, you can see the Panzer IV getting pushed out of the way in the background, meaning there's an enemy coming towards me. I'm still reloading. If he can get out quicker, I die. However, he fails to do this. He's really struggling to get past that Panzer IV, giving me just enough time to reload, and just as I finish reloading, he comes around the corner and dies. We skip forward a little bit, and we see this RL pull around the corner. He bounces around because he hits the side of my turret slightly, which is an angled 100mm of armor, bounces off me, I pull him straight through the front of him, killing him in one shot. At this point I've noticed there's an enemy coming and I'm trying to hide because the reload time is so long on this thing that I can't really do anything else other than hide. Luckily, the enemy Panzer IV didn't actually see me, meaning that I have plenty of opportunity to just shoot him straight through his side. The thing is with this guy is he did see me. If he had seen me, he had a very good opportunity to kill me because that gun on the Panzer IV-H is very effective, especially against my hull. Maybe not my turret, but he had the time to aim if he had known I was there. Then a Tiger E comes along, who also hasn't spotted me because at this point I'm still behind this rock. Somebody else is engaging him and distracting him, which gives me a perfect opportunity to put a 120mm straight through the side, which of course kills him in a single shot. So now, our team decides to push forward. We've taken this area completely, and I pull up to the rocks that are nearby. As I push up, I'm being very cautious, there's a lot of enemies around, but I spot an enemy Wirbelwind in the distance, and knock him out in one shot. Not surprising, it is a Wirbelwind. AA guns die very easily to large shells. Now, I turn around and spot a Tiger 2P. Unluckily for him, he doesn't spot me, which of course means that his side's exposed, just like almost every other enemy in this match, apparently, giving me a perfect opportunity to put a round through his side and destroy his ammo, blowing him up. Skip forward a little bit, so I see a Centurion pulling around the side, and he's trying to fire at me, but he can't quite get that shot to that rock that's in the way. I'm trying to get the shot on him as well. I push forward, fire into him. It doesn't kill him, but he dies to something else right after. I think the bomb is what killed him. But while that's happening, we get shot up from behind by a Tiger 1. We weren't penetrated, but we're still reloading. We've got such a long reload time, this gives time for the Tiger 1 to go at us again. He's pulled behind the rock, taking cover. He realistically does not need to take cover from me. I'm still reloading. I get close to the finish of my reload, and just about finish it around here, and I decide I'll push him. This is of course a mistake, because I have no stabilizer, meaning as soon as I go around the corner, my gun bounces a load, I miss the shots, and get killed. So, as you can see, this thing, if you have enough luck, you can push in it. But realistically, you should not be pushing in this vehicle. It doesn't do well in that sort of situation due to a weak hull, slow speed, slow reload speed as well. But if you get lucky, a good gun is a good gun, right? So let's talk about the history of this vehicle. But I say that, there isn't really any history. It was made as a prototype in 1944, but was never put into service. Obviously by 1944, that's when they're going to make the IS-2. The IS-2 using the same gun, turret, and whatnot, so it's kind of irrelevant when you have a better chassis to use. So That's why it was never put into service or made in any real numbers. So, in conclusion, this is a good tank if you like sniping and going hull down. The firepower is very good for 5.3, and the turret armor is also very good for 5.3. The hull armor is nothing special. If anything, it's a little bit lower than what you'd expect from a heavy tank at this tier. But again, if you hold down, doesn't matter. Now, if you don't want to play in a slower, more sniper-like way, I wouldn't buy this tank. It just doesn't really work for that. It's basically just an IS-2, but a low battle rating where you can't just bounce rounds left, right, and center. So if you're wanting a tank that can push, I would not recommend it. However, if you like sniping, definitely give this a go. So now let's choose where to put it on the leaderboard. Okay, so whereabouts on the leaderboard does this go? We're going to put it here, just below the IS-1. Now I wasn't really sure whether I should put it above or below the IS-1, but I decided just below it because the IS-1 is the same battle rating and it has that nicer hull. You can push in it. Sure, the gun's slightly worse, but at that battle rating, you can pretty much do the same things with an IS-1, except you can also push much better than you can with this. And of course, the reload rate on IS-1 is a lot better. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys whenever I actually upload a video. I'll try and make it a lot sooner than the last one. I do have a lot of things in real life which I am doing and have been doing, which is why I've been gone for so long, but hopefully I'll make another video soon. And yeah, I'll see you then. Goodbye.